There are some countries in the European Union that would be okay with restoring the Holy Roman Empire, and there are some where citizens are very close to supporting that. The question is, are we allowed to ask for the monarchist alternative to the federal Europe? And the president that was not really elected directly did not have to campaign, win votes. This is why today we are examining a recent EU-wide survey conducted by TMC on monarchism and other topics. We'll look at what people think about the efficiency of the office of the European President, alternatives to federal EU, and which countries might be open to monarchist alternative. It is often said that the European Union is the heir of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, or even the Holy Roman Empire, because there are many countries living together under one rule to pursue certain common goals and interests. The Holy Roman Empire was a polity in Central and Western Europe, headed by the Holy Roman Emperor. It developed in the early Middle Ages and lasted for almost 1000 years until its dissolution in 1806 during the Napoleonic Wars. On December 25th, 800, Pope Leo III crowned Frankish king Charlemagne as Roman Emperor, reviving the title in the Western Europe more than 3 centuries after the fall of ancient Western Roman Empire in 476. While the office of emperor has been re-established, the exact term of the realm as the Holy Roman Empire was not used until 13th century. Although the emperor's theoretical legitimacy from the beginning rested on the concept that emperor held supreme power inherited from the ancient emperors of Rome. A process of the imperial reform in the late 15th and early 16th centuries transformed the empire, creating a set of institutions which endured until the final demise in the 19th century. On August 6, 1806, Francis II abdicated and formally dissolved the empire. This was done 1 month after the French Emperor Napoleon created the Confederation of the Rhine, a confederation of German client states loyal not to the Holy Roman Emperor but to France. Almost 220 years later, we have the European Union, which encompasses a vast area of policies from climate, environment, and health to external relations and security, justice, and migration. The most visible position in the European Union is the President of the European Commission, often called the EU President. That person plays a crucial role in the European Union. Appointed for a 5-year term by the European Council with the European Parliament's agreement, this role is more than ceremonial. It involves significant executive responsibilities that impact the entire European Union. The President sets the agenda for the Commission, the executive arm of the European Union, and is responsible for guiding its operations, legislative initiatives, and priorities. This is why we ask the question, how satisfied are you with the efficiency of the office of the President of the European Commission? Citizens are across the board unsatisfied, with only 20% being satisfied. Top 3 countries that are strongly satisfied with the work of the European President are Malta, Estonia, and Portugal. On the opposite side, we have Spain, Belgium, and France. Hopefully, you are also satisfied with our work and investigation of monarchism. Did you know that you too can support our work by subscribing to our Patreon or YouTube memberships? Links are down in description. With proposal of Federal European Union that has 26% support, check out this video, we looked at the alternatives. We looked in the past what worked and what did not work for European states. The Holy Roman Empire presented a unique model of governance. It was not a centralized state, as most modern countries are, but rather a complex confederation of territories, each led by its own ruler under the nominal oversight of the emperor. This structure allowed for a high degree of local autonomy, where local leaders addressed local issues directly. 200 years after the Holy Roman Empire disappeared, we asked Europeans, would you support the transformation of the EU into a confederation of sovereign states under a monarchical system similar to the Holy Roman Empire that existed from 9th to 19th century? 22% said yes. To implement something new, it is important to consider not just the level of support, but also the level of opposition. Sometimes the lower opposition can be more crucial because high support combined with high opposition can lead to a polarized society. On the other hand, when there's less objection, society might more readily accept the change. Let's look together at what countries would have the least objection of transforming the European Union into a monarchical confederation. Under 50% opposition are Lithuania, Hungary, and Romania, and under 55% opposition, Poland, Austria, and Czech Republic. However, if you look at the population aged 44 and below, we get a different picture. Support suddenly increases to 31%, while opposition stands at 54%, with 15% remaining neutral. For the population aged 44 and below, the countries with the least objection to transforming the European Union into a confederation are Austria, Hungary, Romania, Portugal, Czech Republic, Sweden, and Germany. This suggests that younger generations might be more open to changes. If one would want to re-establish a confederate Holy Roman Empire today, the highest success rate would be in combining Austria, Hungary, Romania, Czech, and Poland. Would you like to live in confederate monarchy? Let me know down in comments. Special thanks for our Patreon and YouTube member supporters. Consider joining them to support our work. Links are down in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.